G'day humans, Chris Stead here. I'm on Disney Wonder, the famous cruise ship from Disney, and this is the sun setting behind me on our last day on this cruise. And me and my wife were just having a chat and jotting down the things that we wish that we had known before we got on, that we now know. And I thought, well, why not share this with you guys, the world? So, in this video, we're going to talk about the things that me and my wife thought we wish we'd known that before we started.
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
Yes!
Dad, I'm hungry.
So these are going to be told in no specific order. Number one is worth pushing kids to the deck party. Now this is something you'll know by day 2, but you won't know on day 1. So the deck parties are these big events they have up on the deck each night, and they're really, really epic and they're really, really cool. And the first night our kids were all so tired, they all just lay in bed going, nah, we just want to lie here and watch TV. And we went, okay, well, whatever. And then we went up and watched it, my wife and I, and went, wow, I would have loved this. This is so much fun. So number one, make sure you take your kids to the deck party. Number 2, WhatsApp just seems to work. So if you connect to the guest Wi-Fi, even if you haven't bought a package or logged in, WhatsApp just seems to work. So my son's phone, WhatsApp works. He's been messaging his friends, we've been messaging him back and forth. So WhatsApp just seems to work on the Wi-Fi regardless of whether or not you've actually paid for a package. So that's great to know. We're really worried about how we're going to communicate with each other on the ship. Number 3, you don't drink as much as you think you're going to. Now, I love nothing more than sitting in the spa of a cruise ship, watching the ocean go past and the land and the islands and everything, and drinking. I just find it so relaxing and fun. We're just lying on some lounge by the pool. But the cruises aren't that long, and there's so much on, and they're so kid focused that there's not that many people drinking, and you don't tend to drink that much either. So because you can bring on alcohol with you, I was really thinking about it beforehand a lot, going, how am I going to get the most bang for buck trying to bring some booze to try and save some money once I'm on here, and in the end we're going to actually return home with some of the alcohol that we bought. So that's something, don't stress about that. Number 4, the kids club. It will be used a lot. So this is one of the first places I've been where the kids have consistently not only really wanted to be in the kids club, but actually got very upset when we put barriers in the way of that, such as eating or going to a show or doing a port day. So if you're worried about, will I be able to get my kid in the kids club? Will I get any time alone as a parent to do stuff? We've basically could have had the entire cruise with just me and my wife and never even seen the kids, because I had so much fun at the kids club. So that's something that would have been good to know beforehand, because we were stressing about how we're going to handle that. Okay, this is interesting, right? So every single hour they close the pool for 10 minutes. So I did not know this. So basically it's a health and safety thing, and effectively it's just to make sure that there's no kid poo floating around in there somewhere, right? That's a very kid-focused cruise. There's a lot of little kids, and little kids do things like that. So if you're going to be like, okay, well, I'll just let the kids go up to the pool, just note that for 10 minutes somewhere there, they're not going to be in the pool, they're going to be somewhere else. So yeah, it's something interesting I wish I'd known before I got on here. All right, so door magnets. So didn't really know about this, but the regular cruisers or the people who have cruised Disney before did know this. So on a lot, the doors are magnetic. The doors to your rooms are magnetic, and basically some of the doors are so decorated with stuff. Like people have brought so many different Disney-related stickers and stuck them all over the doors, top to the bottom, and it looks really cool. Some of them had magnetic lights, like LED lights, so they're all lit up and everything like that. So we had no idea about that, and if we had known, we would have brought something and allowed the kids to dress up outdoors in some funky way. Makes it really easy to find your room too. Pixie dusting. So this is like a gift thing. So you get this thing that's called a fish extender, and it's basically a bag, or it hangs off these fish that are outside the front of your door, and it has a lot of pockets in it. And if you see one of these, it means somebody is hoping that you'll drop them a gift. And if you see one, you're expected to drop a gift if you're in on it, you're part of it, right? It's kind of like trick-or-treating, I guess, in a way. So again, didn't really understand what pixie dusting was. There's no pixie dust at all in the end. It's just about dropping all this kind of stuff off and giving gifts to each other. So rocking up with a bag of candy canes or something like that that you can then stick in other people's little things, and then sticking yours out the front so the kids can come back and look for a prize is part of the adventure and the fun of Disney Wonder, which we didn't know about before we came, so we weren't prepared for it and did nothing. Number 8. The showers are literally impossible to fit in if you're tall. So at 6'4" that I am way too tall. And I reckon anyone over 6 foot is going to struggle. My wife's 5'10", and she can fit, but not enough to wash her hair. So that's something to just know, that you're not going to have a good shower the whole time you're on here, outside of the showers that are by the pools or in the spa. If you go into the rainforest room or something like that, you're not going to be able to have a shower, and in the room you're really going to struggle to wash your hair unless you sit down, basically, and do it. So that's something to note. Make sure you get all the shower dreams done before you get onto Disney Wonder, especially if you're tall. I'm going to forget the numbers now, so stuff it. I think it's 10, but anyway. The rooms are quite chilly. So obviously there's aircon, and it's on all the time, and it's effective, and in our room it's pretty quiet. But yeah, it's a bit chilly. So just be prepared for that. Don't expect to just necessarily just sleep nude or something. You might just want to bring something a bit warm to sleep in. We didn't prepare for that, and have had a couple of nights where it's been a little bit chilly. Now we are doing the next one. We are doing the Sydney to Hobart and back, and so we're going down the east coast across Bass Strait right round to the bottom of Tassie, and the seas have been absolutely fine. So we were worried that we'd be going through some pretty epic South Pacific seas, and I guess that still can happen, but it's like barely rocking the whole entire time. So it was really stable. It's not like anything was falling off or glasses were moving or anything, just a slight rock here and there, but consistently, but no big seas at all, nothing to worry about at all, and not particularly cold on deck either. Now, here's an interesting one. If you're thinking, you're just going to hit the buffets, or the buffet, because it's cabanas, it's actually very, very basic, kind of RSL quality. It's not bad, but it's not great. But the sit-down stuff's a lot better. So if you were thinking, we're just going to eat at the buffets all the time, we'll just send the kids at the buffet, whatever, you might just want to rethink that and actually think, no, actually, we will do the sit-downs, because the sit-downs are a lot more fun. There's a lot more going on. They got live action things happening during it. They got dances going on. The animator's palette has incredible video stuff going on. There's colouring in. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So the sit-down dinners are definitely, sit-down meals, lunches and breakfasts are better than the buffet, I think. So be prepared for that. And there is no buffet dinner. It's just the breakfast and lunch. There's queues. If you want to get photos with the characters, some of the queues are pretty insane. People were queuing for a long time to get photos with the characters. Now, I've since been told that you can book in for some of those months before you even get on the cruise. So if you want to get a photo with Mickey or Minnie or Pluto or Goofy or whatever, that's a big thing for you. See if you can book in for that, which I believe you can do for free before you even get on Disney Wonder. As soon as you know that you're going on Disney Wonder, so it's just locked in, it's locked away, and you're not stuck in these humongous queues. So that's the Royal Gathering, you can book in free for the Royal Gathering. Happy hours, there are happy hours in a lot of the bars, but they're a bit of a letdown. So you get 30% off during the happy hours, but they're pretty much at really awkward times and make it hard to get to, you've got to miss out on something else. And they also don't do everything. So it's just 30% off a few select items, which at Signals, which is the bar which is right next to the main adult pool, it's only off the tap beer. So none of the bottled beer, and the tap beer is 4X or 2 is new. Yeah, when I went to go to the happy hour, I was I'm going to get myself a nice cheaper beer, I think I brought it down to about $7 US. They were like, promptly told me, no, unless you drink Tui's New or 4X, then you don't get any discount at happy hour, you don't get 30% off. So that was a bit of a bummer, and that was something I wish I knew beforehand so that I wasn't super disappointed when I found out. Bring a water bottle. So that's the next point. So you can just bring a water bottle and fill that up with water or soft drink or whatever you want, and just walk around the deck wherever you need to go. So that's a lot easier way. So we brought a stainless steel water bottle, and then I was able to put stuff in that. I was able to keep it cool and then go sit in the sun on the sun deck and just have a drink that was ice cold and have it by my bed and all that kind of stuff, you know? So bring water bottles for each one of your party. Teas, if you drink tea. So there's no kettle in the room, which at first I was like, that's a bit of a shame. But there is a kettle up on the deck, or there's like hot water you can just access up on the deck, and a few other places, these stations, you can just get it. So you can just do that. And then the selection of tea is actually really quite diverse and cool. So that's definitely something that you can do. And tea is, if you don't need to bring tea with you, there's a huge selection of diverse tea options available, and hot water you can get access in a number of places on the ship. The sports deck is quite small, so that's another point. So there's just like basically 2 ping pong tables, 2 foosball tables, and a half court at best with a non-regulation size hoop that you can pretty much just dunk with ease. And yeah, so don't talk up the sports centre as being this big thing for your kids, because when they get here, they'll look at it and go, that's very small. Parlo, the adults only restaurant, which costs a bit extra to do, is well worth it. The food's fantastic, the area's fantastic, it's a great date night. Sit the kids in a kids club, go down there, sit in Parlo, well worth it. Definitely worth doing a little bit of extra expense, because the food quality is excellent and the experience is really, really good. Just note that at the kids club, they don't feed the kids. So if you're planning to do that, you will have to go sit in a normal dinner and eat nothing while the kids eat, and then send the kids to kids club while you go eat, because otherwise they just won't feed them. Now they can feed themselves. There's pizza and a few other bits and pieces that you could just go get anywhere at the ship whenever you want. But if you want to actually have a dinner, make them sure they have a dinner, that's what you need to do. The guest services queue is quite small. So I've been on ships before where the guest service queue is so obnoxiously long you just give up ever trying to go there. But here, I don't think I've seen it more than 1 or 2 people long at any given time. So don't at least know when you get on board you will be able to deal with stuff in a timely fashion, as opposed to trying to get it done before you get on the ship. And I guess that's the point. The spas on the cruise are very, very small. So there's a couple of spas near the kids' pool, a couple of spas near the adults' pool, but they're extremely small. You can barely fit 4 adults in them, and that's still like encroaching on other people's personal space. So if you're like me and you really love sitting in the spa, then just be prepared that you're probably not going to be sitting there whenever you want. And some people can sit there for a long time, and you'll just be waiting for a chance to go in the spa. So maybe cross hours in the spa off your list of things to do when you're thinking about what you're going to do on Disney Wonder, because that was something I really wanted to do, and I've spent a grand total of about 20 minutes in it. It was really nice, yeah, that's something to know. Oh, and final point is that they have a cinema here, a really, really cool, like proper cinema in the middle of the boat, in the heart of the boat. And it's playing the movies that are in cinemas on land right now, but you can just access it for free. So it's January 2025 right now, and Mufasa and Moana 2, which have only just released, like just before Christmas, are both on show here in the big cinema. So if you're about to catch Disney Wonder, then don't go and spend money at the local cinema, because you can watch the film together here on the ship at no extra cost. So there you go. Those are the things that me and my wife wrote down. So look, there's my little notes when we're having a chat about it. And yeah, I hope that's helped you ahead of your journey. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Chris Stead. Check it out on the channel. There's going to be heaps of content about this cruise going up. And before I go, check a look at this for a sunset. Check you later and get back on the road. You.